नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स. So good evening everybody. Today we are going to discuss a very important sutta known as Maṅgalasutta or Mahamangala, which comes more than once in the Tipitaka. We are taking it from Sutta Nipata, which is a part of Khuddaka Nikaya, a collection of short discourses, Khuddaka Nikaya. In Khuddaka Nikaya, there are many books. In different editions, Khuddaka Nikaya has different number of books. In Burma, they consider 15 books under Khuddaka Nikaya. But one of the most important books from Khuddaka Nikaya is Sutta Nipata. Sutta Nipata means anthology of discourses. In Sutta Nipata, there are many vaggas, many sections. In the second section, this is the fourth discourse, blessings, Maṅgalasutta or Mahamangala. Maha means big, great. Great Maṅgalasutta, great blessings. Sutta means, as we have already discussed, Sutta means a thread in which the flowers of Buddha's teachings are woven together. That's why the discourses of Buddha are called Sutta. Maṅgalasutta, discourse about blessings or welfare. So how does the discourse start? Evaṁ me sutaṁ. Thus has been heard, thus I have heard. Ekaṁ samayaṁ bhagavā sāvatthiyaṁ viharati jetavane anāthapiṇḍikassa ārāme. Ekaṁ samayaṁ, once upon a time, bhagavā, the Lord, bhaggarago, bhaggadoso, bhaggamoho, who has destroyed craving, aversion and ignorance. Sāvatthiyaṁ viharati, he was dwelling in the city of Sāvatthī. Jetavane, in the Jetavane park. Sāvatthī is a city in Uttar Pradesh, near Nepal border in India. So this Anāthapiṇḍika was a lay devotee of the Buddha, and he had donated a land called Jetavane. It was called Jetavane because it was purchased from Jet prince. So it was known as Jetavane, and it was purchased by Anāthapiṇḍika. Some part of it was donated by Jet prince also, and larger part was donated by Anāthapiṇḍika. So in that park, an ashram was built for Lord, and Lord was dwelling in that park, in that ashram. Atha aññatarā devatā abhikkantāya rattiyā abhikkantavaṇṇā kevalakappaṁ jetavanaṁ obhāsetvā yena bhagavā tenupasaṅkamitvā bhagavantam abhivadetvā Atha. Atha aññatarā devatā. At that time, really, one God, one deity. So in Buddhist concepts, there are many worlds, like we have a human world, animal world. So there is a world of deities or gods. So from that world, one God lighting up the entire Jeta's grove went up to the Buddha, bowed and stood to one side. Ekamantam tithakho sa devata bhagavantam gathaya ajjabhasi. So ekamantam, to one side, thita, standing, kho, really, sa devata, that God, bhagavantam, to the Lord, gathaya ajjabhasi, he said to the Lord in verse. So by standing to one side, that deity addressed the Buddha in verse. What the deity says to Buddha? Bahu deva manusacha mangalani achintayam akaṅkhamana sothanam bruhi mangalam uttamam. Bahu means many, deva gods, manusacha and many gods and men. Mangalani achinta. They think about their welfares. What is the real welfare? Akaṅkhamana sothanam, desiring well-being. Bruhi mangalam uttamam, declare the highest blessing. They desire the well-being and declare the highest blessing. So he is requesting Lord that for the well-being of all, please tell what are the things which are good for us, blessing for us, or welfare for us. And now the Lord starts telling that God what are the things which are good for all, especially for lay people. This discourse is especially for lay people. Asevana chabalanam panditanam cha sevana puja cha pujaneyanam etam mangalam uttamam. Asevana cha balanam. Sevana means to be associated with. Asevana means not to be associated with. Cha balanam. Bala has two meanings. Bala means a child, and Bala also means foolish. Of course, the meaning here is not the children, but the foolish people. Balanam is the plural of Bal. So not to be associated with fools. So whom should we call fools? Who is fool in this world? So those who are away from Dhamma, who are not practicing Dhamma, or not even trying to practice Dhamma. They are not practicing the 5 precepts. They are not trying to practice Samadhi. They are not trying to practice Panya. These people are called fools in the language of Dhamma. So we should remain away from the people who do not practice 5 precepts, or who do not practice, try to practice Samadhi or try to practice Panya, who have not even heard Dhamma. So there are a lot of such people in the world. So better we should remain away from them. Panditanancha sevana. So whom should we be associated with? Panditanam. Who is a Pandit? A Pandit is one who has at least heard about Dhamma and trying to practice Dhamma. So we should be associated with people who are practicing Dhamma, and we should remain away from people who are not practicing Dhamma. Puja cha pujaneyanam. And we should honor those people who are worthy of honor. Who are the people who are worthy of honor? So there are our parents, our teachers, and those people who have practiced Dhamma a lot and who have become saints, like Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat, or religious teachers, or teacher of any type of knowledge. They are supposed to be worthy of honor. So we should honor all those who are worthy of honor. Etam mangalam uttamam. This is also good welfare. This is uttamam can be also translated excellent. Excellent welfare for lay people. In next verse, Buddha says, Patirupadesavasocha Kubbecha katapunyata Attasamma panidhicha Etam mangalam uttamam. Patirupadesavasocha, living in a suitable region. We should stay in a place where practice of Dhamma is possible. If you are already in such a place, that is a very good thing. If you are not in such a place, try to change your place of residence so that you can practice Dhamma peacefully, amicably. Ubbecha kata punyata, having made merit in the past. Ubbe means past. Kata punyata, punya means merits. Having made merit in the past. So, you are born as a human being. So, according to commentaries, one can be born as a human being only when sometime or other we have practiced 5 precepts in our past life. Then only we can take birth as human being. So already we have done some merits. So that is a good welfare that we are born as a human being. And maybe some more merits we have done. We have done some sadhana in past lives. We have given some donations in past lives. So that is also good welfare, staying in a suitable country and having made merit in the past. Attasamma panidhicha. What is attasamma panidhicha? So here he is talking about right effort. So we know there are 4 types of right effort. We have to, on our own, practice right effort. And Lord says, and what monks is right effort? Here is the case where a monk generates desire, endeavors, activates, persistence, upholds, and exerts his intent for the sake of the non-arising of evil and unwholesome qualities that have not yet arisen. So the first right effort is not to allow new unwholesome feelings, things, dhammas to arise. So this we practice in our dream. What we do when a thought arises, we recognize that thought has arisen and we release our mind from that thought process. So we don't allow any more unwholesome things to arise by doing that. Second right effort is he generates desire, endeavors, activates, persistence, upholds, and exerts his intent for the sake of abandonment of evil, unskillful qualities that have arisen. Okay, so Second right effort is avoiding or abandoning the unskillful dhammas. So when we release our mind from unskillful thoughts, and then we go to see any tension, whether there is any tension in the body or mind. So there we are relaxing the tension. So we are relaxing whatever has arisen, whatever tension has arisen. So whatever unskillful dhamma is there in body and mind, we relax that. Third right effort is he generates desire, endeavors, activates persistence, upholds and exerts his intent for the sake of the arising of skillful qualities that have not yet arisen. So what we do? We re-smile. After relaxing, we re-smile. That means we generate a skillful dhamma. And fourth right effort is he generates desire, endeavors, activates persistence, upholds and exerts his intent for the maintenance, non-confusion, increase, plenitude, development, culmination of skillful qualities that have arisen. This monks is called the right effort. So when we re-smile and continue with our meditation, we cultivate skillful dhamma. So this is how 6 hours help us in practicing right effort. Atha sammapaniticha. So etam mangalam uttamam. This is also good blessing, excellent welfare for the lay people or even for monks. Next verse. Bahu saccancha sippancha vinayocha susikhito subhasita chaya vacha etam mangalam uttamam. Bahu saccancha sippancha. Actually, the most of the people translate it as Bahu as many. But one of the Marathi translator, Mrs. Durga Bhagwat, she has translated this line, Bahu Sachancha Sippancha. Actual word for many is Bahu, but here the word Bahu is used, and the word Bahu also means arms, arms in of your upper lips. So Bahu Sachancha, and Sacha means truthful. So any work of labor which has been done by our arms, and Sachancha means truly, means honestly. Sippancha. Sippancha means any type of skill you learn. So you should learn different skills honestly by taking true efforts. That is the meaning of this thing. So you should obtain degrees, or you should obtain some skills. Somebody will become electrician, somebody will become plumber, somebody will become driver, somebody will become doctor, somebody will become engineer, somebody will become teacher. So you should earn these skills very honestly with your own efforts. That's why what Lord says here, that is also one of the great welfare. Vinayocha susikhito. You should be disciplined and well trained. You should be disciplined and well trained. Subhasita chaya vacha, and subhasita. Your language should be good and your speech should be good, well spoken speech. So, etam mangalam uttamam. This is also a good blessing, excellent welfare. Then, mata pitu upathanam puttadarasa sangaho anākulāca kammanta etam mangalam uttamam. Mata pitu upathanam. So, mata means mother, pitu means father, upathanam. Stay near them. Stay near them means take their care, look after them. Many people, after they become old, they don't look after parents. They want to stay away from parents. But that is not a good thing. So Lord says, you should look after your parents. Uttadarasa sangaho. Utta means your children, both sons and daughters. Because in Hindi, we also say putri to the daughter and putra to the son. So son and daughter, you should look after both. Dara. Dara means wife. So men should look after their wives and children. Sangaho. Sangaho means literal meaning is to gather. Here the real meaning behind it, Sangaho, is to look after your children and wife. Not only your parents, but you are also supposed to look after your children and wife. Anākulāca kammanta. What is kammanta? Kamma means actions. There are three types of actions: mental actions, verbal actions, and physical actions. So any action, first it starts in mind. When we want to eat, first there will be a thought in our mind that I want to eat. Then there will be verbal action. You will ask the waiter or your wife that serve me food. So that is verbal action. And physical action is when you eat the food actually. So the physical action is called as kammanta. Anta means the last one. So first the action starts in mind, then it comes on lips, and then it is acted by the body. So the bodily action or physical action is called kammanta. So your bodily deeds, your bodily actions should be such which should not make you agitated. Akula means you become agitated or stressful. Anakula means not agitated, not stressful. So your bodily actions should be such that you do not become agitated or stressful. Etam mangalam uttamam. So caring for mother and father, kindness to children and partners, and unstressful work. These are also good blessings, excellent welfares. Dhanancha dhammacharya cha Jnātkanancha sangaho anavachani kammani etam mangalam uttamam. Dhanancha dhammacharya cha. You should keep giving donations. Donation can be of wealth, it can be a monetary donation, or it can be of efforts. Many people, they do not have wealth, but they want to do something for Dhamma. So they come to the meditation centers and meditation retreats and they give their seva or their services. So that is also dana. Many people, they will just give metta, karuna, mudita. They will spread in the environment this wholesome feeling of metta, karuna, mudita, upeksha. And as our Venerable Bhante Vimalaramsi says, keep smiling, give the donation of smile to everybody. So that is also dana. Danancha dhammacharya. Dhammacharya. Dhammacharya is a very big word. So the life of Dhamma, that means life of morality, you should observe 5 precepts and you should also practice collectedness, and you should also try to generate the wisdom of impermanence and selflessness, and you should know that there is misery when there is craving, and you should act accordingly. So that is called Dhammacharya. Dhanancha Dhammacharya. So practicing Dhamma and giving donations. That is also excellent welfare. Jnatakanancha Sangaho. You should look after your relatives. When there is any problem towards relative or relatives are not practicing Dhamma, you should explain them that they should practice Dhamma, or they should not go on wrong ways, and we should help them monetarily at times possible. If not possible monetarily, in some other way, we should keep helping our relatives. That is also good welfare, good blessing. Anavajani kammani. So in previous verse, he was talking about kammanta. Now he is talking about all kammas. Anavajani kammani. You should practice such deeds, whether it is a mental deed or verbal deed or physical action, any type of action, they should be blameless. So do not do or perform any action which will cause you blame. So this is the good blessing. This is a excellent welfare, giving and righteous conduct, kindness to relatives, blameless deeds. This is good blessing. Ārāti viharati pāpā majjapānā ca sañyamo appamādo ca dhammesu etam mangalam uttamam. Ārāti viharati pāpā. What is pāpā? When you trouble somebody, because of you, somebody is hurt, then it is pāpa. So you should not take any interest in such pāpa, in such evil deed, and you should abstain from evil deed, resisting and abstaining from evil. Majjapānā ca sañyamo. Avoid alcoholic drinks. Appamādo ca dhammesu. Diligence in Dhamma. So whatever action is done to practice Dhamma, we should do it diligently. We should not make mistakes in practicing Dhamma. That is also good welfare, resisting and abstaining from evil, avoiding alcoholic drinks, diligence in good qualities. This is also excellent welfare. Garva cha nivato cha santutti cha katanyuta kalena dhammasavanam etam mangalam uttamam. Garavo cha nivato. You should respect people and you should have humility also. You should be humble. Don't be arrogant and be respectful to others. Santutti cha katanyuta. This is very important. Contentment. We should be content in whatever is. Right from the day one, Venerable Bhante Vimalaramsi tells us to be content in whatever is. Because whatever is there is the truth. And fighting with truth will bring misery. So our attitude should be of a contentment if we want to practice Dhamma and if we want to grow in Dhamma. Contentment is very important, very, very important. Even during meditation, we expect that in this meditation sitting, this should happen. In this retreat, I should reach Nibbana. In this retreat, I should become Sotapanna. In this retreat, I should experience Sagadagamitva or Anagamitva. And we start working in opposite directions. So that should not happen. Even in worldly things, we want to earn more and we are not contented with whatever is we are having. So that should not be done. We should develop an attitude of being content with whatever is. We will get whatever is due for us according to our past karmas and present karmas. You will get wealth if it is due to you. But mentally, you should always remain contented. Try to develop an attitude of contentment with whatever is and gratitude. So whatever somebody gives you, even one chocolate is given to you by somebody, you should be grateful. And there are people who remain grateful to those who do harm. Like there is a story in the Suttas about Venerable Punna. Venerable Punna was a monk from Maharashtra, uh, Konkan area, and Buddha says to him that if you go back to the Konkan area, it was called Sunapurant at that time, Konkan and Goa area, and people are anti-dhamma there. If you go there, people will abuse you. So the Punna says that I will be grateful to them that they have only abused me. They have not beaten me. Then the Buddha says, what will happen if they beat? So the Venerable Punna says that I will be grateful to them that they have not killed me. And the Buddha says, what happens if they will kill you? So then also the Venerable Punna says, even if they kill me, I will be grateful to them that they have liberated me from this miserable body. So such an attitude of gratitude should be developed for practicing Dhamma. So he was grateful to those who were going to harm him also. And in these days, there are many people who do not remain grateful to those also who have done good to them. So this we should remember all the time, that even for little things, try to be grateful to people. That is a very good quality of Dhamma. Kalena Dhamma Savanam. So from time to time, we should listen to Dhamma. Right now we are listening to Dhamma. So we are doing this welfare right now. From time to time, we should be listening to Dhamma. Even if we have listened it earlier, we should listen it again and again. That is a great welfare, good blessing. So in this verse, respect and humility, contentment and gratitude, and timely listening to the teachings of the Buddha, that is good blessing, great welfare. Khanti cha sovacha sata samananam cha dasanam kalena dhamma sakacha etaṁ mangalam uttamam. Khanti cha sovacha sata. Khanti means patience. And David always say patience leads to Nibbana. And sovachasata, we should be obedient, being easy to admonish. Means we should try to correct ourselves all the time. We should be ready to learn new things in Dhamma or even in outside world. And we should be patient. If somebody is blaming you, abusing you, saying many things which you do not like, but you should be patiently listen to it and send him Dhamma. Then Samana Nancha Sovachasata. So that is ready to learn new things and becoming obedient. Samana Nancha Dassanam. You should be seeing the monks. Saman means the monks who are practicing Dhamma. They are called Samanas. In Sanskrit, they are called Shramanas. Shrama means efforts. They are doing efforts on the path of Dhamma. So you should be visiting them time and again so that they teach you Dhamma. Kalena Dhamma Sakacha. You should discuss Dhamma with them. Not only listen, but if you have any doubts or if you have any problems in practicing Dhamma, you should discuss this with your teachers and monks. Etam Mangalam Uttamam. So you be patient, be obedient. You should visit the monks from time to time, and you should discuss Dhamma with them. This is also great welfare, good blessing. Tapocha brahmacharyancha ariya sacchānadasanam nibbāna sacchikiriyacha etam mangalam uttamam. Tapocha brahmacharyancha. The actual root word tapa means to burn. You should burn your mind and body towards Nibbana. What is Nibbana? Bana means fire. Nibbana means no fire. So you should burn all your defilements, all your bad qualities. That is called a tapa. Tapa means striving towards Nibbana. So austerity. There are many types of tapas. So tapa is sometimes classified as manasik, vachik, and kaik. That is mental, verbal, and bodily. So what is mental tapa? You do meditation with the use of your mind. That is mental tapa. Verbal tapa is you read and chant the Dhamma verses. That is verbal tapa. And bodily tapa. That is you serve the monks. You serve the meditation retreats. That is bodily tapa. So you should practice this tapa, the efforts towards Dhamma. Brahmacharyancha. Brahma viharats. You should practice Maitri, Metta, loving kindness, Karuna, compassion, Mudita, sympathetic joy, and Upeksha, equanimity. So you should live a life of Brahma viharas, that is called a Brahmacharyancha, and it also means celibacy. That means if you are married, you should be faithful to your partner, and slowly by practicing Dhamma, you and your partner will start practicing natural celibacy. That will happen with the Dhamma practice. So that is a higher welfare. So these welfares are listed one higher than other. They have started from not to be associated with fools. So next welfare is to be associated with wise men. So that is one higher than the other. So we are going towards now higher and higher welfares. Tapocha brahmacharyancha. So you should practice right efforts also, bodily austerity, mental austerity, and verbal austerity, and also the life of Brahma Viharas. And then higher welfare than this is Ariya Shanadasanam. You should see the Four Noble Truths. Ariya Satcha, the Four Noble Truths is there is suffering, there is reason for suffering, there is cessation of suffering, and there is of suffering. So that is a higher area, better welfare than this. Nibbana Sachikiriyacha, the realization of Nibbana. So when you practice, keep practicing Tvim and experience cessation of Sanya and Vedana, feeling and perception, and then you come out of it, and then you experience Nibbanic peace, Nibbana element. So you know how the dependent origination works, how the mind works, how the defilements arise, how the misery arises, and how it can be extinguished. So the realization of extinguishment, that is a higher welfare than merely saying the Four Noble Truths. Etam Mangalam Uttamam. So these are the great welfares, austerity and celibacy, seeing the noble truths and realization of extinguishment. This is good blessing. Putthasaloka Chittang Yassana Kampati Asokam Virajang Khemang Etam Mangalam Uttamam. So in the last, Lord is telling us the highest welfare, the greatest thing, the stage of an arahant. And what is the quality of an arahant? Putthassalokadhammehi chittang yassana kampati, whose mind does not tremble when touched by worldly things. Putthassa. Putthassa means having touched. Lokadhammehi. Lokadhamma means worldly things. So what are the lokadhammas? There are 8 lokadhammas: labha and alabha, yes and ayas, prasansa and ninda, sukha and dukkha, gain and loss. So most of us do some job or do some business, and there is some gain and some loss in our life. Apart from business and job, even in personal life, there can be gain and loss. There can be fame and disgrace. There can be praise and blame. There can be pleasure and pain. So these are lokadhammas. They will keep arising and passing away in our life. So when one becomes arahant, his mind does not tremble at all by getting touched by this worldly thing. And it does not become in just one moment. We have to practice this from today. We have to make our mind stable in gain and loss, in fame and disgrace, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, by practicing Tvim. So when we become perfect in this, when we become arhat, automatically our mind will remain stable in all these 8 things, which are called lokdhamma or worldly things. Chittam yassana kampati. Your mind does not tremble in any situation. Asokam virajam khemam. An arhat is sorrowless. Asokam, stainless, virajam. There is no dirt in his mind. So he's called virajam. Khemam, he's secure because there is no birth for him after this birth. So he will not come back to experience the misery. So this is the position of an arhat. Asokam virajam khemam. Etam mangalam uttamam. This is the highest blessing. So Lord has told even for householder that he has to practice one pair of one welfare higher than other welfare, one by one. He should keep practicing so that he reaches the arhathood, even if he is a lay person. Etadisani katvana sabbatham aparajita sabbathasothim gachanti tamate sam mangalam uttamanti. Etadisani katvana. Having completed all these things, having practiced all these 38 welfares, sabbatham aparajita, then you will remain undefeated everywhere. Nobody can defeat you. Nobody can make you angry after you become arhat. Nobody can make you hateful. Nobody can make you jealous after you become arhat. So you are undefeated everywhere. Sabbatha sothim gachanti. Wherever you go, you are safe because there is no danger for you of going back to the mother's womb. You will not be born again. So you are safe. Tam te sammangalam uttamanti. This is their highest blessing. Maṅgalasuttam chatuttam. So this is how the Buddha has talked about the blessings. Are there any questions?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I have a question regarding my meditation practice.
Okay, please.
These days, when I sit and meditate, I can see that tension is in my legs, not in my head or some other body part. There is tension in some other body part, not in my head. And even in my day, when I do some walking meditation or even while cooking, as soon as I get tensed up, I can see first the tension is in my legs and then in my head. I don't know why.
Okay. So you can relax the tension in your legs also, because if you go to initial talks of Bante, it was not said only in the head, but tension anywhere in the body. So if the mind is going there, you can relax the tension and then again come back to the meditation object. No problem in that. And if it is not a meditation pain, means if the tension remains outside the meditation hours also, then you should see a doctor.
Okay.
Is it there outside meditation hours also?
No.
Then no need to go to doctor. Then you just, whenever attention is drawn towards the legs, you just relax it.
Dr. Ji.
Yes, Murli ji, bolo.
From Bangalore.
Yeah.
Yeah, even this Anapanasati is also a prominent. This other question actually, sadhu, that whatever today the Sutta talk, Maṅgalasutta was very nice. And with regarding Anapanasati also, there's also a breath which is also very prominent. Like you go to Goenkaji technique or you go in India. This breath is Anapana is supposed to be the best, but since our venerable Vimala Ramsi has also recommended for the metta, of course even Buddha has also told about the metta. So what is the prominence of the breath meditation in this? So is there any importance, or is it we have to focus only on the metta object, or what about the breath is also very important, right? So anything on that? Thank you.
Yeah, actually the Lord taught different objects to different people, seeing their mental backgrounds. Okay. But if we see the suttas, metta is taught more times. Like today's sutta was from Sutta Nipata. So in the whole book of Sutta Nipata, there is no mention of Anapanasati, but only metta. So most Buddha has taught metta more times than the Anapanasati. And the Anapanasati being taught in today's traditions, it is not being taught exactly as Buddha has said, because they are missing the step of pasambhayam kaya sankharam. if you see the Anapanapabba of Satipatthana Sutta, there is a step called Pasambhayam Kaya Sankhara. So that you should calm down the bodily sankharas. And also by experience, Bhante has seen that the practice of metta is 6 times faster than anapanasati in the progress. The progress is 6 times faster if you take the object as metta. That's why we give more importance to metta than anapanasati. Generally, most of the students who come to TWIB, they come after practicing anapanasati somewhere or the other. And they have developed the habit of practicing it without relaxed step. And so if we give the object of anapanasati again, they try to practice in the same old way. So Bhante decided that we should give the object of metta so that they develop this practice of 6 hours with new object. Otherwise, they will practice with old object. So, but the main reason is the progress is 6 times faster with metta. That's why Bhante gives more importance to metta. But there may be some people who are not suitable for metta practice. So that the teacher will decide, the meditation teacher, if the metta practice is not suitable. But mostly we are seeing that for 99% people, metta works.
Sadhu, 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 Dr. Ji.
Sir, as rightly said, many TWIM practitioners, like I see many TWIM practitioners coming from Vipassana meditation or some other meditation technique. Really, I see some some relation between these things.
Yeah.
Many gets benefited by the TWIM practice, sir.
Yeah.
Because of relax and smile step.
Yeah.
Really super, sir.
If there are no more questions, we can conclude the session. May suffering ones be suffering free and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share the spirit of us. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.